Hello, this is Alice Whimsicott getting ready for her next journey out for Pokemon Go. Now today I was supposed to be heading out to Fatso's as per my schedule says, but that would have been 3 videos in a row, me going to Fatso's, and I wanted to take my other route. The reason why I didn't make a route video yesterday is because I didn't go. My daughter woke up at 5 in the morning and didn't go back to sleep until 8. So it was too late for me to go. Let's see what we get. A potion, a Pokemon, and a revive. I'm in desperate need of Pokeballs. No, not Pokeballs. I'm in desperate need of potions. Today I didn't make a video because of my daughter. If you saw in my last video, she did wake up and interrupt. That was at 5 in the morning. So because of that, I didn't go. And that would have been this route that I'm taking today. Which we are going to, I think it's called Joan Price Park. It's a good ways away. And when I first started going there used to be a whole bunch of tentacles. Now they kind of stopped spawning as regularly once I started going over there, so that was unfortunate. But I go there every once in a while. It's a Pokestop, and I'm hoping tentacles will pop back up because I really like tentacles and tentacles. Future videos on these walks, I'll answer questions, put them in the comments, give me something to talk about, you guys. I also want to post other types of videos. If you guys have any idea of what I can post on YouTube, nothing too ridiculous please, but I'll consider it either way. All I have is this handheld Canon camera, just to let you guys know. I'm kind of holding off on any video games until I can record the screen itself so that it's not wonky and you guys can enjoy the video a little bit more. Now, right now we're heading off to the public library, which is a Pokestop. So we're going to be taking out the phone. Hopefully something pops up. When I first started, a whole bunch of Doduos, some Ponytalls, Rhyhorns, Mankeys, a whole bunch of Pokemon would spawn at this Pokestop. Even Executes spawn here at times. Like one of the 3 Executes from the other day that we went through, I caught it here at this Pokestop. So, let's take my phone out. We're within range. 2 Pokeballs and a revive. Let's see what's on the nearby. Oh, something popped up. What is it? Just a Paris. So let's pause and walking right now. Let's see if we can catch this little Paris guy. Because if y'all guys, whoa, that was horrible. That was supposed to curve. There we go. If y'all guys saw my videos earlier, I mentioned I love these guys. I love Parises. I caught it. Awesome. My camera seems to be cutting off when I'm walking every 15 to 20 minutes in after recording. I've mentioned this before. I don't know why it's going on. I charged this camera throughout the night and I checked. My camera is empty. This will be the only video for right now that it holds. So hopefully it records throughout the entire journey. So when I go to Fatso's, I actually make it a Fatso's. I don't know, maybe Maybe my camera's a vampire because it always seems to cut off every time I go over that creek/ditch. That I'm not sure if it's showed up in the other videos, but every time I walk by it, I do show it because I like to pause there. I don't know. It might be a vampire and unable to cross waters. That'll be a thing. Tomorrow we'll see if the legend of the vampire camera is true. Oh yeah, before we turn to go to the park, there's a gym up there. So we're gonna check if the gym's easy to take on, if it's in my team color or not. Now, this is a Valor dominant gym. I don't usually get the chance on putting a Pokemon there, unlike at Fatso's. So I don't usually even attempt it, not because I'm a coward and don't want to try. I do try at times and it takes up a lot of my time, and like I said before, I'm time limited on my walks because of my husband going to work. But it's mainly because I don't carry that many potions. And it's just a waste of time since I'm running out of potions. Alright, I had to go under a branch there because some kid went by on a bike. And as you can see, this sidewalk is really small. Really, it's just enough room for a bike. As you can see, further onward, there's a lot of litter. Further onward, it gets thinner and thinner. It's more of a bike trail than a sidewalk. To take a peek at that gym to see who's claimed it and what's on it. So, okay, there it is. It's actually claimed by Mystic. That does not happen very often at this gym. It's a level 2 and that's all that's there. I think I could take it. At 7 o'clock, I think I might go for it. Let's see how many potions I have and if everyone's healed up. I only have one regular potion, guys. I don't know. Let's see if everyone's healed up. No. They still need some healing. So, as easy and as tempting, I'm not gonna battle this time around, just because even the Pokemon that I would want to put on there, he's not fully healed, and that potion just doesn't do enough to at least fully heal one of them. So I'm gonna close this off. You guys, Ekans, Sudelios, I probably botched that. You are a lucky guy, because I would have challenged you, and I probably would have taken you out fairly easily. A majestic road, people, and I caught a Growlithe on this road before, and I believe it's the Growlithe that I've shown before. His name should be the name of the street either way. And he's the strongest Growlithe I've ever encountered and caught. So, I don't know how useful, if useful at all, that information would be, because that's the only Growlithe I've encountered on this road. But for some reason, when I encounter Growlithes, they're always in the middle of the road. They're like stray dogs waiting to get hit by a car. I don't know why they choose to do that. Look at that grass. Now, this is a pretty safe road to walk on, but As you can see, I'm literally walking on the road because of all this grass. There's no sidewalk, by the way. There's that little bit of sidewalk there. And look, there's a ditch I'm crossing over. No water though, so my camera's fine. He doesn't have to fear for his life. I'm like, there's a sidewalk over there, but you're just supposed to be walking on the left side of the road so you can see incoming traffic. That's just how it's supposed to be, and most people don't do that. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you see some crazy person just speeding down the road, you see them ahead of time. They're not coming up from behind you. But I guess if they're already doing something crazy as speeding down the road, they might very well be swerving too. And if they're coming from behind, they're coming from behind. But most likely they're gonna be sticking to their side of the road. So it's good to see them ahead of time, like right now. See, I can see it ahead of time, my side of the road. I get close to the edge. But people that drive this road pretty much know that there's no sidewalk here, so they kind of just drive in the middle. And luckily it's not a busy street, so they just take up the whole road like if it's a one-way. Alright, so I'm gonna take out my phone now. I just showed you guys my phone's password like some idiot. Hopefully though, I would not have recorded yet. I heard this part would have been cut out or something. Ouch. I smell something really good. Oh, look at that. A rhyhorn just popped up. So let's encounter that and try to catch this guy. He's a CP of 15. Let's get on the sidewalk. Let it focus. He's a CP of 15. Of course you would. You're 15. I'm not good at this one-handed thing. Ah! Get in. Ah! There we go. I just gotta calm down and concentrate. He should stay in that ball. He's a really low. There we go. He's a low CP. I just kept missing like an idiot. So let's keep that guy. I'm not in range of the stop yet. Oh wait, now I am. For some reason I didn't move, and now I am. I got a super potion. That's not cool. That's not bad. Not cool. I was gonna say cool and not bad at the same time, so it came out as not cool. So now that gym over there in the distance, I usually leave it alone. Right now it's owned by Mystic. It's a level 3. That executor, I'm not sure if it's from the same person, but he's there almost every time I come over here. Reason why I always or usually leave that gym alone is because I never really see any instinct members trying to take it over for any point in time. It's mainly a Mystic and Valor gym that they're fighting over. So I just let my husband go over there whenever he has spare time and try to claim it for himself. Now the gym that we just passed earlier that was claimed by Mystic, that one I do try to take over because that one's an Instinct and Valor dominant gym. I don't know what that Mystic member was thinking when they tried to take it over. I wish them luck to have it for at least a while. But Valor's gonna come out. This is usually the time that Valor members wake up to take that gym over. Instinct is usually night dominant and early morning. So, yeah, I wish that little guy. Now, an Eevee and a Cubone just popped up right now. So, this go. Well, I guess the Cubone first. I was gonna go for the Eevee. It's a 442. He's not better than my 444. But I'm gonna go for him anyways because I want to evolve 444. Why doesn't it curve? I swear, I thought they fixed it. Ugh. Okay, let me. Alright. It's mainly because I'm looking through the camera lens instead of looking at my phone directly and trying to aim it through there. Of course you would. Of course you would. I got no berries. You know what? Let's just throw a great ball at you. I thought I was gonna miss that one. I thought I was gonna miss it. I was like, I can't miss with a great ball. That's just... You just can't. Alright. So I caught that guy. Let's go for the Eevee. He's a 481. That's not a bad CP. I don't have a berry. So I'm gonna go straight for the great ball because I don't want it to happen like the other day to where he just took off. Because that's fucked up. Everybody, you better not run away. Alright. Attack me. Go ahead and try to attack me, but don't you run away. I smack my lips. I'm gonna miss. Don't you run away. Don't you run away. I thought I was gonna miss that one too. Now stay in there, Eevee. Yay. Yay. Now I've got enough to evolve an Eevee. I might just save it to where I could do a video and evolve a whole bunch of Pokemon at once. I only have one lucky egg left, so that would probably be a smart thing to do. I usually don't do that. I usually just evolve the Pokemon as I got the candies to evolve them. But that's not smart. I'm not really the smartest player. As much as I like to overthink things, I'm not the smartest player. I get impatient when it comes to breeding and working on stuff. To where, yeah. Well, I don't know when the video cut off. I'll check it when I get home, but for some reason it cut off. Hey doggy. Doggy. There's another one. That's the nice one. This one just screams in my face. Now, dogs usually put me on nerve. But unlike when I was a kid and when I was traumatized by dogs, I kind of understand them a little bit more because I love animals, and it's always good to try to understand and read the body movements and the sounds they make, so you know when you're in danger or not. They can't tell you, hey, stay away. Not in the language you speak yourself anyway. You don't understand them. So, that dog, I was willing to stop and record to show that he always yells in my face. Because I know he's not a dog that would just tear my face off. The type of barks he does is more like, hey, this is my home. Just stay away. I'm here. Kind of bark. Now, I did stop for the first time. I've never stopped in front of that dog before. So I guess that kind of threw him off. And near the end, I don't know if you can hear it, but he got like a little snorting at the back of his throat once I was leaving. Now that was showing that he was getting irritated with me, and if I stayed longer, he would have been more forward with not wanting me being there. So, walking by, I'm safe, but apparently he just don't like strangers enough to let them just stand there in front of his home. And that's good. That's a good guard dog right there. The dogs I hate the most though are the Chihuahuas that roam the streets. Guys, if you have a dog or pretty much any pet, keep them in your backyard. And like, even if they're nice and they're not gonna hurt anyone, it's just better to keep them in your backyard or keep them inside your house. Keep them safe. They won't get taken away. They're less likely to get hurt because dogs don't know. I'm like, they kind of figure things out. They'll learn to stay away from vehicles, but they don't understand the severity of how dangerous a vehicle can be. They have a higher chance of getting hurt, and you just let them roam. Like Chihuahuas that I sometimes encounter in this neighborhood, I think it's a street further down. I don't go by that street anymore because even if they're puny, they still put me on my nerves because they're loose. These Chihuahuas, they'll be barking and barking literally at my heels. They'll walk up to me and bark at my heels. I don't know why. That puts me on nerve. Now, I just ignore them and keep walking. But I'm walking like a freaking robot the whole time. Just trying to ignore them. There's gonna be people out there who are just jerks. And they probably just kick the dog or something. And that's not right. But if you have your dogs loose, for them to just walk up and bark at just some random strangers that walk down your street. You don't know who walks down your street. They could walk up to the jerk and then they get kicked in the face. If you love your animals, keep them safe. Keep them behind the fence. Put a tag on them if they even go outside the house. Because I think there's 3 Chihuahuas, or mixed Chihuahuas or whatever. One of them was probably a terrier, if I remember correctly. The terrier didn't even have a collar on him. So, he could have very well been a stray. But I'm pretty sure he's not, just because he always goes back to the same house and sits in front of the door. So, I'm pretty sure that's the house he lives at, along with the other 2 Chihuahuas. And the other 2, they had collars, but that's all that was in it. No tags, no identification. They're small dogs. People can easily just pick them up and leave. Now, I know they're not the friendliest, but they never outright attacked me. So, I don't know if someone actually turned around and started walking to them. They might just cower and try to run. Maybe it was all bark and no bite kind of attitude. And if that's the case, they don't have the guts to defend themselves if someone does manage to just decide to turn around and pick them up and take them for themselves. So, please people, keep your animals safe. Especially if your animal is a female. Not being sexist or anything, but if she's not spayed and you have her roaming the streets, one of these days she's gonna come back pregnant and you're gonna have puppies. Now, a lot of people don't mind, but that's just an extra mouths you have to feed, extra care you have to give them. It's not like you can give them away to whoever as soon as they're born. They need to be weaned off. They need to grow up a little bit first. I think it's 6 months before you can even think about giving them away. And if you're the unlucky person who has 8 or more puppies running around, that's quite a bit to handle. So just spay and neuter your pets. Keep them safe inside your yard. Don't let them roam. Put tags on them. If you really care about your animals, you'll do that. Now, I myself don't like spaying and neutering the animals. Mainly because I don't think that's fair to the animal itself. They should have the right to have kids, just like any other person. And I feel like that's taking the chance for them to have a family away from them. I don't like it. Especially if they turn out to be an awesome animal. If they look beautiful and you think they'd have like the perfect kits, pups, cubs, or whatever. You can't do it anymore if they've been spayed or neutered. At least for that one time, to give them the joy of having babies. At least on dogs, I think they deserve to at least have a family once, because they seem very social and caring, and I feel like that affects them. Now cats, I think on the females and even the males, it's just better to spay and neuter them while they're small, because the females go into heat and they meow and meow and meow at the top of their lungs like they're being murdered all night long for like a month and a half non-stop every single year. And that's just annoying. And if they're not spayed, they're gonna do that regardless. Now, if you're like, oh, well, I'll just spay my cat once it's an adult. Well, they've already experienced that here. A lot of cats go through it even after being spayed because you did it too late. Same thing with the males. If you neuter them too late, males just spray everywhere, marking their territories. Now, I had a male cat who wasn't neutered and he never did that, but I was lucky. A lot of cats just fucking spray everywhere. It stinks. And it's just, even after you neuter them as an adult, they're very likely just to continue, even if they can't produce anything yet, or anymore, more like. Alright, we're here at the library. Let's take out my phone and collect from the stop. I'm not in range yet. Yeah, cat owners. Another super potion, that's awesome. Cat owners, I suggest it's just better to spay and neuter those. And I prefer cats more than dogs, but that's just my little tip of advice. dogs, you could always do it later on if you don't want them to have puppies. The main reason why I think like that is because my sister, she had a mixed breed, and he was the nicest dog in the world. He was a large dog, but we had him since a puppy. We adopted him from a shelter, so he was neutered when we brought him home. But he was so beautiful and so well behaved, and he always took care of all the animals around him. I had kittens a lot of the times, and he'd just stay there and look after them. And it just broke my heart that he'd never be able to do that to his own puppies because he was neutered. It was just, I felt that was kind of cruel that he'd never be able to experience that, especially since he seems to have enjoyed looking after smaller critters. So that's just my opinion. Let me grab one of these weeds. If you've been watching all of my videos, let me grab one of the flowers too, just in case you haven't. Oh, that one had a bug in it. Okay. Now, if you've been watching all of my videos, I showed you that one house or that one yard that had a shit ton of white flowers on it after it rained, and I called them weeds even though they looked really pretty. Here's the reason why they're weeds. That right there is what they turned into. They're a beautiful flower for one day after it rains, and then they turn to these ugly shits. And those bulbs are just a whole bunch of seeds. They get bigger than that. I kind of plucked this one early on. I'm just gonna throw in this person's yard and have them have a shit ton more of those flowers. But it looks ugly after they've died, after they've wilted and they become those bulbs. So that's why they're considered weeds. That is one unique. I'll just cross the street. They're probably waiting for me. But that is a unique vehicle. I didn't read what they were advertising, because that is obviously a business truck. But that is a very rad color combination. They went for it. Alright, so we're in range. Let's gather up. Oh no, apparently we're not in range. It just said we were. So let's walk closer. See if you see on the same block, right down the road, there's another stop. Now I don't have time to go to the other one, because even though it's really close, I'm walking here. Okay, so we got a couple of Pokeballs and a Revive. That's not bad. I could use Pokeballs, especially after earlier today where I just kept them missing. Just walk into the street without looking, because you raise the chances of getting hit by a car. But anyways, that's my walk for today over to Price Park. And see you next time on Pokemon Journey.